On a West End stage in a musical like this? Who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thunk it? I know, but what a lucky boy getting to sing with Beverly Knight every night.
How did it come about?
Well, I was in the studio working on my new album, and my manager called me up and he said, I've just had a call from Beverly Knight, and she's asked if you want to come down and see Memphis. And I'd heard about the show, obviously. It's been winning awards left, right and centre. And I was like, oh, what is this, just for fun? And he said, no, they're looking for a new lead man in it to play Huey Calhoun, and they wonder if there'd be something you'd be interested in. And I was instantly just, very shocked and honoured that they'd even thought of me. And obviously ran down that night to see the show, fell in love with it, as does everybody who sees the show, because it's impossible not to. And, yeah, one thing has been leading very rapidly from one thing to another.
And it is literally your first acting role as well, isn't it? Yeah, without
a doubt. I mean, I've sat there and had to pull a few porcupines in my time, but not for consistently 2 hours.
So when you walk in for the first time into the rehearsal room, does everybody turn around and point and go, it's Matt Cardle, or do you feel like the new boy at school?
Just totally the new boy at school. And it's a whole different world. The musical theatre world is an entity of its own, and you don't mess with those people, because they've been doing what they've been doing brilliantly for so long, and it's not the music industry, it's the theatre industry. It's a totally different kettle of fish. And to walk out of the what I guess you'd call the kind of pop industry, being a singer and a songwriter and things like that, it's not something to be taken lightly. So I was on my best behaviour. I just felt very lucky. And I wasn't taking any of it for granted. I wasn't sure that it was something I could do, so I went in with being very open and honest with everyone, saying, look, I've never done this before, I'm terrified, let's go.
So that Matt Cardle I met in Nottingham when you were touring, not long after we all heard about you. It's the Matt Cardle who sits in front of me now having a chat about this musical. Is it a different person?
No. I've regressed, if anything, especially playing this role. No, I haven't grown up. I don't have to. That's why that's why I wanted to do music with my life, so I didn't have to grow up. That's why we all do it. That's why anyone's a singer, an actor, and a dancer, because they can't grow up. Responsibility is not something that we like. And to be honest, the role of Huey Calhoun is I feel was made for someone like me who is a bit of a goofball and just hasn't grown up properly.
Are the nerves different then from appearing on the TV to doing Miss World in front of a couple of billion people or whatever to actually every night being in the West End and walking out?
Yeah, they are because I'm on stage for a long time. With my tour, it's different. It's my show. I can stop the song if I want to. If I need to cough, I'll stop the band or whatever, or I'll just miss a line, or it's way. I feel way more in control of it. Whereas with Memphis, the show starts and you're on a roller coaster along with the audience as well, and the nerves are there, but you can't sustain that amount of nervousness for that long. It's 2 hours show, so at some point you relax, and then that's when you just really start flying and getting into it, and just hoping that you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
So control of your voice has got to come through as well. So you must have learned more about your voice now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've been talking to Beverly, one of the greatest singers that this world has ever seen. How she looks after her voice and its technique, it's warming up, warming down, rest. It's because it's a real workout, and voice is a muscle, and that's what you're doing.
Does this mean then that your own songs, the album, is put on hold while you're in Memphis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. For the 4-month period until the end of October. I may go into the studio during the day, but I mean not to do any heavy singing, because I'll be in the show every night. But this has taken 100% of my focus and more. I've never had to learn so much in my entire life. When I was handed the script, I mean, I nearly was sick. It's so big, and I was like, "Is this all just me talking here?"
Well, I had David Bryan on the programme just before the musical launched originally. Of course, co-founder of Bon Jovi, writing the songs for this. Do you get that encouragement? Do you get to see people like him? Do you have meetings about where it's all come from?
I mean, I haven't met David personally. I'm sure I will do, but I know Beverly spent a lot of time with him. You know, what his passion for the music has filtered down through everyone in the show. You know, the songs are incredible. I mean, and everybody's so surprised that it's an original score when they come and see the show, and how good the score is, and how good the songs are lyrically, and you know, and how it fits in the show. It's such fast pace that, you know, there's not one moment where anyone could be even remotely, you know, bored.
All these extra strings to your bow now. Do you think you could go back and be a judge on the X Factor?
Do you know what? I think, I mean, I was a judge on or guest mentor, sorry, on The Voice in Ireland a little while ago with Cian Egan, and I think there is no one better, not me personally, but somebody who's gone through that process. You know, I'm too nice to do it. I wouldn't say a bad word about anyone, but you know, at least if you've got someone on the panel that's been through the process, I think then they can say things, you know, and it's justified.
And if Mr. Cow's got a few quid in his back pocket burning a hole, you'll quite happily take it off him, won't you?
I'm not have it back, more like.
This is then for 4 months.
Yes, we run till the 31st of October in the Shaftesbury Theatre in London's West End.
Are you then looking now at other things in town thinking, now I've got this under my belt?
I'm honestly not looking at anything. I spent my life not looking and not thinking about that kind of stuff. Things have just come my way. Obviously, I work my backside off. I don't just sit around waiting for things to fall in my lap. You know, I go out and I make sure I'm out there doing it. But I'm not, you know, I can't see anything but Memphis at the moment. You know, I'm having so much fun. The show is that good. There's still lots of shows to be done. So, I'm not looking anywhere else.
And very quickly, you're on your way into work. Your poster is all over the place. Your name is all over the place. It's on your place of work outside. How does that feel?
A bit odd. I just feel so lucky, you know, to be in this position with someone like Beverly. Again, like every time I go into work, there is Beverly Knight sat there, and she's just about to open her mouth and sing like an absolute goddess on that stage with me. And what more could I want?